optimizing resource allocation, controlling project costs in a timely and accurate way, and achieving lean management of projects. In combination with Internet of Things, mobile applications, and cloud technologies, contractors can perform green, lean, and intensive management of project progress, costs, personnel, quality, safety, and materials at construction sites in a monitor room to ensure that project objectives are realized in an effective manner and smart construction is achieved. At the completion stage, the BIM model has already integrated information and data from all the stages of construction, allowing owners and contractors to carry out settlement, acceptance, etc. in an intuitive way. At the operation and maintenance stage, the structure, equipment, services, and management of the building can be combined in an optimized manner as needed to offer an energy-efficient, comfortable, healthy, and human-oriented environment for residents. Furthermore, the thoroughly integrated BIM model will continue to work in repair, renovation, reconstruction, and extension, offering great convenience to owners and project teams. The in-building navigation system helps visitors to get real-time information about positions and routes. In the future, smart buildings will redefine the relationship between buildings and human beings, between buildings and the ecological environment, making our life and work more harmonious and better. Build intelligent future with technology. London is looking forward to building the future of buildings together with you. London, just for your blueprint.
Every change in productivity in human society opens up a brand new era. Now a brand new digital age has arrived. The construction industry has also quietly started this digital wave. And the leading concept of digital building has triggered great change that can be written down in history. Building is never isolated. It is a condensation of time, space, thoughts, and matters. Digital building is a comprehensive digital reshaping of the complete life system of building. Reconstruct the building by numbers and link the virtual and the real connection with each other. Do extensive collection of industrial databases on powerful algorithms and huge computing power. That guides us to achieve smarter management. Digital building connects the upstream and downstream of the construction industry chain into an organic system, creates a construction industry internet platform to give the industry a new dynamism to upgrade. Promote industrial upgrading represented by new design, new construction, and new operation and maintenance. And build a new ecosystem with multi-win and synergistic development spirit. As a result, digital application scenarios become the new normal situation of the construction industry. Enterprise-intensive management with data as the core, refined management with projects as the core, and help each project getting successful through a digital building platform. Digital building is a gradual process. From the each position of digital application to achieve efficient operations. Each position links to other positions, collaborative, interact to achieve refined management of the project. promote the digitalization of enterprises with the project at the fulcrum and reshape the core competitiveness of enterprises. And finally, it achieves full digitalization supervision of construction industry. When the dream of digital transformation shines into the construction industry, it has inspired countless industry colleagues to jointly promote the step-by-step growth of digital building and to make the ancient industry of construction a new vitality. Digital building shows us unlimited possibilities, and it will lead the construction industry to a new life.
Hi everyone. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us in our Cubicost Tmec New Product Launch Live event with the theme of MEP Innovations Goes Beyond BIM. We are pleased to welcome all of you once again. When the pandemic hit last year, the normal rules about social interaction went out of the window. Work colleagues forced out of the office and onto digital platforms, started working from home and working online ever since till today. Giving the opportunity to launch this live event to our global industry friends, we would like to take this opportunity to express our heartfelt thanks for the amazing work done by our frontline heroes to make us safe and well. I'm Yuan Chong, your host for today's event. So first of all, let me go through with you on the event agenda for today. So first, we'll have welcome remarks by Mr. Andy Zhang, Managing Director of Golden Southeast Asia. Follow that, our product expert from Golden International, Mr. Jason Wong, as he will be giving his keynote speech on the values of Cubicost 5D BIM technology Tmvc new solution. We are very honored to be able to invite two outstanding pilot users from our leading MEP firms to share their success stories on how Tmec leads to high performance. And lastly, get to hear from other industry leaders on how Tmec helps them to emerge stronger. So just to remind everyone that you may post your questions in the question chat box during the event. We'll engage with you during the live Q&A session later. So please feel free to drop your questions anytime. Digital transformation and the accelerated adoption of BIM and digital delivery has been a key factor in enabling us to successfully deliver in the face of these unprecedented challenges. The theme, MEP Innovations Goes Beyond BIM, is all about enhancing the MEP quantity takeoff process, move beyond manual quantification of MEP by generating meaningful and complete quantities directly from the model in a truly digital workflow. This event will reflect on how to embrace change at both an organizational level and personal level. It will also unpack how MEP BIM quantity takeoff solutions are being applied to deliver projects even more efficiently. So now, let us welcome our Managing Director of Golden Southeast Asia, Mr. Andy Zhang, to give us the welcome remarks. Mr. Andy, please.
Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I would like to thank all of you for coming today and being part of our event. And I'm very delighted to give a very warm welcome to our 500 friends from 20 countries across different regions. As you may know, Golden has been providing digital solutions for project cost estimation and quantification in international markets for past 10 years. And it is so exciting that after over 2 years research and development, we are launching another new powerful BIM-based digital quantification tool for mechanical, electrical, and plumbing works in Singapore today. Well, in recent years, digital transformation has been one of the hot topics in construction industry, and it's been shaping new ways of how we do things, the way we design, the way we procure, the way we build, and the way we operate. Furthermore, many new cutting-edge technologies like BIM, cloud computing, big data, Internet of Things, mobile internet, and artificial intelligence have hit construction industry as well. All these changes have given us a lot of positive impacts as well. Despite many unfortunate events that happened due to the COVID pandemic since last year, at the same time, it acts as one of the catalysts in transforming the business to be more digital and smarter. Some reports suggested that we experienced an increased acceleration of digitalization by 50 to 55% last year in 2020. Same goes for the quantity surveying and cost estimating practice. Most of the countries, especially in Asia countries, have also been going through an exciting transformation, either individually or in the organization. While in built environment industry, we need to embrace a new culture of our digital practice as well, so we can improve the productivity, efficiency, and eventually to increase our values to the industry. Quantity surveying and cost estimating has also been leveraging technology such as BIM. This includes quantity surveyors or cost estimators that also cover the mechanical, electrical, and plumbing scope of works. Additionally, it is also vital to handle the cost of MEP works effectively. As we know that in the total of project cost, the cost of MEP works can be in a range of 20 to 40%, depending on the functions of the built asset. Well, questions of the day: how do these costs are being determined? Can the MEP quantity surveyors and cost estimators transform and do it better? It is often seen as a gray area for the project stakeholders when it comes to the detailed cost of MEP works. However, the procedures of managing the cost of MEP works are not so complex if we use the right tool and technology, and if we adopt the right BIM cost model and strategy. Well, generally, based on our research, the MEP quantity surveying and cost estimating practice is still operating in manual method with a lot of papers and highlighters involved at the moment, consuming a lot of time for repetitive work and processes, working on the formulas on the spreadsheets, and it is difficult and tedious for the project team to collaborate in the process without a 3D BIM model. This is something that the MEP quantity surveyors or cost estimators have to plan and strategize on how all these issues can be solved, and continuously to be able to manage the MEP cost more effectively as well. With more digital capabilities in the quantity surveying or cost estimating practice, we believe it can also help to boost the competency level and increase the value of quantity surveyors or cost estimators globally. It is also hoped that many more quantity surveyors and cost estimators start adopting the use of software applications and explore the potentials of building information modeling technology in practice, which also aligns with the construction industry 4.0 agenda worldwide. And more importantly, it will bring over 30% to 50% productivity enhancement to our quantity surveying and cost estimating practice. Well, absolutely, we shouldn't be left behind as MEP quantity surveyors or cost estimators in the current wave of digital transformation. Due to such digital trend and industry requirements, we in Groden are determined to continue to provide more strong digital tools and solutions with advanced technologies for the people in the construction industry. For the past 3 years alone, we have invested over $50 million to research and development in digital building technologies and solutions. With this, we really hope that the quantity surveyors, cost estimators, and even other professionals in construction industry can grow sustainably along with the progress and development of the industry. Last but not the least, wish everyone an enjoyable and fruitful event today. And also, we do hope that everyone would find it inspirational toward your digital transformation strategies. Well, stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you.
Thanks, Mr. Andy, for the wonderful sharing. Now, let us invite our product expert of Groden International, Mr. Jason, to give us the keynote speech for today on the values of Cubicost 5D BIM Tmec new solution. Mr. Jason, please.
Okay, thanks, Yuan Chong. Hello, everyone. Welcome again to attend our new product launch today. I'm Jason. I will be going through the session together with you guys later. I hope you guys are able to understand on the values of Cubicost 5D BIM Tmec new solution. Before going into details, let's have a quick look at this introduction video of Tmec solution.
Driven by global trends, the AEC industry is in a time of digital transformation. A growing number of AEC professionals are using BIM to make work more efficient and effective. This is where Cubicost Tmec comes in. It makes MEP quantity takeoff easier. While the traditional quantity takeoff process for QS is to transform the contents of each drawings into actual quantities, the following shows the possible difficulties of the process. M&D consists of various device quantities. It's easy to lose quantities. Piping are drawn in complex directions, requiring careful segmentation and itemization according to specifications. Drawings often change, and a manual comparison is not able to find the location of changes quickly and accurately. In cross-checking for error, hard to find the relation in between the quantity and the drawings. Have you also encountered such problems? Let's see how Tmec can help to transform your MEP quantity takeoff process.
Cubicost ME quantification tools have been developed for years. We really appreciate all the helps and feedbacks from our fellow clients, because all of you are the reason the software is getting better now. First of all, do you guys know what is TME? TME is a ME quantity takeoff software which helps all MEP professionals in the construction industry, including developers, consultants, and contractors, to calculate quantities rapidly and accurately at the same time. Check quantities easily and efficiently. In overall, TME is able to help enhance your quantity takeoff process. So now we introduce to you Tmec. Tmec is a new product in Cubicost product line, in which it is a new platform, especially for ME quantification. And it is programmed with new programming language as a base. Thus, it is performing much faster compared to the older version of ME quantification tool. Having said that, how is TME coming? Do you guys heard or used before the old version? Well, let me show you. Years ago, we have TME version as TME 2016. I believe some of you guys joining today could see this before. Then we have TME 2018, in which the software is further improved from TME 2016. After that, we start to develop the upgraded version since 2019, and today we are excited to announce the launching of Tmbc. As version change, we have also introduced changes into the system. In TME 2016, functions were based on several functions toolbars. This was very difficult for many users to find certain functions when screens are especially small. Then in TME 2018, the interface has been improved to organize the function in category. This is very similar to the ribbon concept as what we have now, but still not good enough. So in Tmvc, now the functions are being categorized nicely with different ribbon tabs, and the functions are nicely grouped too, according to their features. Thus, apart from the 2 points I mentioned, Tmvc also aims to induce the new quantity takeoff experience. So we hope Tmvc is able to improve the overall user experience and work efficiency. As mentioned, Tmvc has been started its development since 2019. In 2020, we started to gather some pilot tests through several companies. Up until now, actually, there are more than 60 numbers of pilot users have been successfully completed projects using Tmbc. We would like to show our sincere gratitude to the fellow industry leaders. It is them made where we are today. Let us go deeper into Tmc now. I will go through the following 3 main parts, mainly the core advantages of Tmc, the overall introduction of Tmc, and future planning for Tmc. Let's take a look at the core advantages first. As a new software that we want to launch, we want this tool to be widely accepted by our user. Thus, the first thing that we want to do is to make it very easy to use, at the same time very easy to learn as well. Tmvc calculation process is consistent with manual quantity takeoff habit, and with the enhanced interface, it is now simpler and easier to use. Having said that, the overall process in Tmvc is also faster now and more accurate compared to the old version. We have improved the user experience in various ways, which I am going to share more details with you guys shortly later. Regards of the quantity tabulation, it is also clearer and more flexible than ever. And the third point, on top of those functionality, we also improve the user interface. Thus, now in Tmvc, with the visual enhancement in Tmvc, the overall calculation and checking process in 3D is more intuitive and easy to view. Next, let's take a look at how Tmvc presents the enhancements. Firstly, about the new interface. Tmvc contains 6 main parts. Firstly, we have function area. Then we have drawing manager, where you have to import and scale your drawings over here, and the major elements, navigation bar, where you can find all the major trades, for example, ACMV, electrical, plumbing, sanitary at here. Then we have our element list. This is where the database is, and also model area in the center area, where you do your quantity takeoff. And lastly, we do also have the function toolbar, which is very easy to use, and then it is located at the bottom for easy access. So all of this cover the content and corresponding functions for the entire M&E services quantification. In overall, Tmec is comprehensive and intelligent. The various function categories are clearly distinguished, now in different ribbons, and it is easy to learn according to the layout of the calculation process. To initiate a Tmc project, these are the usual steps we use to get the quantification. Start by managing the drawings. in which we import, scale, and locate the drawings. Then quantification later. So it is actually pretty simple. And one of the new enhancements in Tmvc this time is regards of the drawings. How do we deal with multiple drawings? Can we process them very quickly? For QS, handling multiple drawings is one of the important things to do. So how to deal with drawings in Tmvc now? In fact, the overall process is in the software is basically the same, but have been much improved from a previous version, in which for managing the drawing, you only need to go through a few basic steps. First of all, activating the function by importing the drawings. Then we have to locate the drawing. For example, you can pinpoint or position the drawing accordingly. Then you can scale the drawing to the correct size. So occasionally, if necessary, we can split the drawing if you have multiple level or story in the same drawings. Then lastly, you can go through the floor settings to edit the floor informations. Why not let us look into detail for the drawing manager in the next slide. Compared to the old version, Tmvc has optimized the usability of the following aspect. The selected drawing can be now previewed directly, but if you're still not so sure about the drawings, you can even double-click the picture here to preview the drawing in detail before you import. Then, in the scenario of multi-page drawings, you can control the range of the imported drawings now. For example, I want to have the certain pages of the entire PDF. Maybe page number 1, 3, 5, or 7, I can select what I want now to import instead of importing the entire PDF. So the whole set of the drawings are now in the same scale, but maybe some of the scale could be different accordingly, and which affects the quantification accuracy. So in this case, QS requires also to be able to process the drawing quickly. In addition, Tmvc can now scale all drawings at once, as I mentioned just now. After you import the drawings, this greatly improves the efficiency of the process in managing the drawings in Tmvc. Also, Tmvc supports one drawing now in multiple floors for reuse purpose. This enables quick calculation on multiple stories when you have the same drawing for multiple floors. So to support this function furthermore, Tmvc is now able to solve these kind of conventional scenarios for buildings with different floor heights, especially like residential projects. We have various blocks, right? Together, sometimes with a car park. In order to quantify this, they need to calculate the quantity separately by blocks. So in Tmvc now, it can easily solve such problems by adding multiple zones to the floor settings. With this, floor heights of each blocks or zones can be set independently. So right now, we have already seen some of the basic improvement for drawing processing in Tmvc, right? But what about changes in drawings? Traditionally, we have to find out the changes on top of the drawings manually, which is highly time-consuming. So let's take a look how Tmvc can quickly and accurately find out the location of the changes this time. Compared to the old version, in which it required QS to open a drawing externally to compare the changes and find the location in the drawing. Then return to the TME for subsequent calculation or editing. In Tmvc, it is now included with a new function for drawing comparison. QS can now nominate two drawings to compare. We can see that the location of the changes are marked in different colors. These allow the differences to be located quickly and accurately. When discrepancies are corrected, the comparison remains in the drawing area and the changes can be viewed in real time. So that's pretty much about the drawing enhancements. Next, let's take a look with the core content for M&E major trades. Firstly, let's get to know the improvement in electrical trades. In electrical sector, Tmvc supports the calculation of the following elements. Firstly, we do have the lightings and luminaires, but with the enhancement on lighting strips now, you can calculate in terms of meter length, switch socket outlets, distribution boxes, wire cabling, and also tray trunking, bus bar, And last but not least, we do also have the lightning protection systems. So in Tmvc, each calculation has a function to help us to calculate the quantities easily and efficiently. Let's look into more details here. You may encounter the following problems when measuring the quantities of electrical work. There are many kinds of electrical quantities, right? And often with different labels to differentiate them. In this kind of scenario, QS has to quantify them individually according to their label assignment right. It is pretty easy to miscount the quantities when you do it traditionally, because we have to separate them with different highlights or colors. Then further transfer them into Excel carefully to compile the data. In addition, we have to pay close attention on what we count. For example, in this drawing, it often appears that the labels show as lines in vector drawings. As a result, previously, if you want to quantify such devices with labels, especially in lines, you need to convert the text, start quantifying them. So how Tmvc solve these problems now together? Let's look into the following video. In Tmvc, there is no need to convert the text first anymore. It only takes 4 steps down to identify the devices with labels in the drawings. Then the location of the identified devices can be previewed in advance to further ensure the accuracy of the identification. This functionality is able to identify hundreds of numbers of elements in 3 seconds on average, which is 40% more efficient than the old version. In overall, it is more efficient, simpler, and more accurate. You may also encounter the following problems during conventional takeoff in electrical work. The drawings have long circuits for power and lighting systems, especially across the floor or even in the same floor. And now they are generally distributed in multiple drawings if the project is big. So it is necessary to find and measure the corresponding length quantities one by one. This process is again highly time consuming and it has a low traceability. Furthermore, the work is now easy to verify in Tmvc. So in the old version, if you look at the left side, the wiring function had to be operated through many windows. User find the processes was very complicated and it is not easy to learn for somebody too. But do not worry anymore. Right now, Tmvc simplifies the whole process on the basis of ensuring accurate wiring, making it easier to get started for every user. Especially for sub-main cabling works, user only need to select the start point and the end point of the circuit to quickly complete the entire wiring. It can be done also in 3D view or in the same interface, which means no more multiple confusing windows to operate already. After the cabling measurement is completed, you can counter-check the routing by distribution box also to clearly locate the quantities and verify how does certain wiring is being done in the routing. So after understanding the electrical trades, let's have a switch. And we are going to look into ACMV now. In ACMV, we support the calculation for the following contents. First of all, we do have ventilation fans, air ducts, and fittings. Coming along together with the silencer, air dampers, grills, diffusers, and even the cleaner box. In Tmvc, each calculation content has corresponding functions to help and to calculate the quantities conveniently and efficiently. The customary process allows QS to classify and count the quantities according to the connected fan equipment. If we use the software to identify the fan, then the software can help us synchronize the fan information connected to the air duct, air dampers, or even other equipment with one click. Thus, reduce the time consumption and greatly improve the work efficiency. Just now, we understand the convenience of the identified fans for subsequent processes. So let's have a look at how ventilation fans are calculated in Tmvc. In many drawings, It is quite often that ventilation fan labels show as lines. Previously, if you want to calculate such equipment, you need to convert the equipment text lines into TME label first in order to identify them one by one. Now, in Tmvc, you only need 4 steps to identify them. In this example, all of the ventilation fans with their unique individual labeling are identified altogether at one time and presented automatically according to the fan names after identification is completed. Traditionally, when you quantify air ducts, you may encounter the following problems also. There are multiple air duct systems in the drawings, and the specification, materials, and thickness of the air ducts of each system are also different. In conventional method, we classify and count the quantities according to the system and equipment. This process is cumbersome and time-consuming. Also, there are insulation to be calculated as well. Insulation includes internal and external insulation. The insulation materials, thickness, and calculation methods are again also very different from each other, which makes it not very direct for us to calculate the insulation quantities manually. Thirdly, there are many types of air duct fittings, such as T-type, reducer, elbow, and etc. Some connectors types need to be calculated, some are not. This further makes the calculation more troublesome. In addition, due to the irregular shapes of regular reducers and elbow, it is also difficult to calculate the quantities of the respective expanded area. Let's take a look at how Tmc solve these problems. Firstly, QS has to select the air duct sidelines together with the air duct labels, and then set the air duct properties such as insulation or elevation if there is any input required to identify all air duct of the whole outing. This allowed the Tmvc also to classify the ducting according to the system and specification. Compared to the old version on the left, Tmvc improves the calculation efficiency by about 45% when identifying a whole drawing for ACMV traits. In the old software, it is difficult to distinguish the insulated air ducts from the common air ducts. Tmvc has made a special display on the internal and external insulation, as well as the fire-rated air duct, as you can see here, which can clearly distinguish the insulation types of the air ducts now and revise the original calculation rules for insulation so that the calculation quantity is now more accurate than last time. For air duct fittings, there is a specific function for this. Air duct fittings can be generated all in one go, just by using the function air duct fittings identification, as you can see here. Multiple air duct fittings generated at the same time. What about some air duct ancillaries or air duct parts? Compared to the old version, TME 218, Tmvc can draw air grills and diffusers independently now. And also for air dampers, it matches the air duct specification when the air damper is identified, as you can see here. So the air dampers inherited the duct information, for example, sizes and also the system. In addition, Tmvc also supports the quantification of doing silencers and plenum box also. After quantifying the air ducts equipment and the rest, let's take a look in the video to see how quantity can be extracted in Tmvc. In Tmvc, users can trigger the functions main vent equipment settings under ACMV thread. Tmvc will synchronize the fan information so it's connected air duct, air dampers, pressure box, and etc. If the equipment has multiple ventilation fans, the software will give a prompt and user can select output according to their preference. After the quantities are calculated, we can view the quantities of the air ducts that is connected to each different equipments. If user try to double click the quantities here, they are able to perform a check of the corresponding quantity like this. Aside from ductings in ACMV, it is also often QS needs to quantify AC pipings. In Tmvc, it is now supporting the following content, including AC pipes, refrigerant pipes, together with the valves and fittings. In particular, compared with the old version, Tmvc is now able to quantify refrigerant pipes in a more efficient and accurate way, in which last time we don't have. So that's all for ACMV. Now it's the third trade in Tmvc, plumbing sanitary. In PNS, Tmvc supports the quantification of sanitary wares, water pumps, tanks, piping, together also with the valves and fittings. Let's have a closer look. Have you ever encountered the following problems? In calculating the quantities of the water pipes in plumbing sanitary, when the elevation of the two connected water pipes is different, the quantities of short riser connecting each other need to be calculated manually. It is very difficult to calculate the quantities of inclined pipes. For example, in the scenario near the staircase like this. Compared with the problems mentioned above, Tmvc only needs one line drawing function to solve all problems. In pipe equipment elements, common water pipes, material, and pipe diameters are built in beforehand in Tmvc. After water pipes element has been selected, you can set the elevation and draw straight line straightforward. In the process of drawing the water pipes, the elevation can be adjusted flexibly and quickly. It can be seen that once all the piping has been done, in the 3D mode, you can view that the short riser in the connection will be generated automatically like this. According to the change of water pipe elevation, user can also now use view quantity functions to check the quantity for each section of the water pipe in real time. So in another scenario, for example, the cross-floor piping like this, when you calculate the vertical quantities under plumbing sanitary trade, you may encounter the following problems. It is very easy to make mistakes when converting the elevation of cross-floor risers. Tmvc only need to have one function now, what we call it riser function, to perfectly resolve all problems. So for example, QS just need to select the water pipe element first, then set the starting and ending floors of the pipes to draw. Compared to the older version, Tmvc can also handle the vertical riser with reducing diameters. The spatial direction of each section of the water pipe can be clearly viewed under 3D so that the quantities are very easy to verify by the QS. Okay. So next, let's look at the relevant quantification output in Tmvc. In quantification, according to the requirement in BQ, the actual output dimension varies, such as by building, by floor, or sometimes by room, or even sometimes I want to have a combination by building first and then by floor. There are many ways quantity can be tabulated and categorized by the QS. So let's watch a video how to output quantities in Tmvc accurately and flexibly. First thing, we can support multiple zones quantity outputs. For example, after summarize the quantity can be classified according to the building zones now. Click the specific cell to tabulate the quantity of the specific zones. And also, you can output the quantities by floors like this. You can set the floor as the first level of classification in the classification query. If the quantities need to be measured according to the area, first user can define the area needed using straight line or even rectangle. So we have about 2 methods to draw now, which is very fast and efficient. In the process of drawing rectangular area, if the area is large, multiple areas can be drawn continuously and the software will merge the area automatically like this. And if the area boundary changes, you can re-edit the area boundary and supports a free drag and stretch. So once you have finished complete the region, set the region as a first level after summarize in the classification condition. Finally, the quantification will be classified as per region. Lastly, QS can also click any cells to find the quantity in specific location in the drawing area. With this, finally, let's look into the Tmc Future Plans. Firstly, we are going to have a professional expansion in the future by adding 2 other major traits in Tmbc. First of all, we have fire protection to look forward together with the ELV system, extra low voltage. Also, we are planning to also include new function in the incoming software updates for scan drawing identification. So hopefully all the QS can bid farewell to manual quantification for scanning drawings, especially for the major traits. Also, function optimization. We are planning to actually upgrade the feature for split drawings. So whenever you have the drawings for joint feature, now you can actually able to complete the drawing by improving the efficiency of the drawing processing. So with this, I hope all of you have a better insight now for Cubicost TME solution and how the solution able to address MEP QTO needs, advance the QTO processes, and how it can benefit MEP organization in long run. So just to remind everyone, if you have any questions in mind, please feel free to drop your questions in the Q&A chat box. I'm going to pass back the presentation to Yuan Chong. Okay, so thanks everyone.
Thank you, Mr. Jason, for the wonderful sharing. I hope all of you have a better insights of the Cubicost TMEC solution and how this solution able to address MEP QTO needs, advance the QTO process, and how it can benefit the MEP organizations in long run. Next, we are very honored to be able to invite our outstanding pilot users from leading MEP firms to share on their success stories with Cubicost TMEC solution. So first, we have Mr. Liu, a tender QS from Linghe Engineering. So Linghe Engineering is L6 electrical contractor and has been in the industry for more than 20 years. They are well versed in the fields of electrical, plumbing, and sanitary, as well as integrated building services for maintenance and upgrades.
Okay, thank you, Jason and his team. Hi, a very good morning for everyone who are with us today. Over the past 2 years, our company had experience to this quantity takeoff QTO digital solution software by Gladden Cubicost. And my company, Linghe Engineering, is specializing in electrical and plumbing sanitary work for both public and private jobs with 22 years experience in this industry. My name is Chen. I'm a tender QS performing to win a bid for my company. And our team daily task is to prepare a competitive, attractive, but the riskless price in a very short time period. So in order to do that, we need to have a very accurate quantity and in a very enhanced, efficient way. So this can lower our risk factor and to get a better price from our suppliers. Okay, let's get started. So today's my sharing will be separated into 2 topics. Okay, and I will be sharing with you our own experience, case studies, showing the problems, the challenges, the solutions, and the starter pack for you to take away. Okay, firstly, let's start with the first topic, fast, accurate, and smart measurement. Okay, this is our tender project. And I believe all of us are receiving this kind of PDF drawings, right? It's in a black and white template drawings. Okay, so this slide is my security on how I record down my quantity before our company adopting to this digital solution. And first thing, what you can do is you can crop this legend table from the legend list drawing, and you may pass it out on the Microsoft Word or probably other Microsoft software, then print out, draw a box on it to show the different floor levels. So like you can see here, what I do is from basement to all the while level 9 with some mezzanine floors, and you can just record it, the quantity here. Okay. Next, this a very important called Mala 24 colors marker pens from IKEA, and it just cost you about $5. And the erasable pen from Donkey. So next slide, I will show you why you need to do so. Because every time you will tap the counter for measurements, and simultaneously you will have to marking with the color pen on the drawings, record down the papers. Sometimes you may realize that some legend has missed out. Then here's the best thing with this erasable pen. So after you record and realize, you can just erase it and rewrite the quantity on the hard copy table. And kidding or not, for only this one story actually took me about 1 whole day to complete it. And because our daily roasting works, we need to answer some interrupted calls, replying some urgent emails, or join any discussion meeting, if any, and just the whole day gone. And only this this piece of drawing is done for the measurement. All right, if you also feel me for this problem, here's a solution from my company to me. And we actually give this software a try. It's super smart. You can insert as many drawings as you want into the same template, just like this. And it will be also arranged in from the left to the right. Okay, as you can see in this picture. Okay, next. This software also have a very smart layout identification function. It's automatically identified. It's best for our visualization for quantity takeoff purpose. And it's able to differentiate the grid lines. Like as you can see here, is shown in pink color lines, the architecture lines in gray, and some M&E lines with yellow colors. Okay, next. And we're able to hide or show with the lines that we want to see or visualize like this. So what I do is I just hide away those RT lines, the grid lines, and show only the legend lines. So it's in the yellow color. Okay. So next, here's a quick video showing you how I let the software to run for the identification work. First, okay, let me play the video. The first thing is you need to zoom into the drawings and follow the instructions. First, select the legend, the item, pick the device, okay, like I would do, the F1E lighting, okay, then click on the find button. If you can see here, it's showing 17 numbers of this kind of lighting. It's an E-source downlight F1, okay, and you also can identify from the other type of legend light like I do now. It's also downlight, but it's a normal source of F1 downlight. You just pick a device, okay, pick the text and click the final. It's showing 442 numbers of this kind of lighting among all the levels. Okay, just one click, you can measure for all stories. All right, and you can setting it to the color which you prefer. Like I do is I pick a blue color for this F1 downlight. Okay. Next. Okay, this slide is about after I finish my legend identification work. As you can see here, all the identify legends are very easily to visualize. And you can just hide or show the archi line back anytime you like. And now it's showing all the identify legend. Okay, and you just press one key to bring back all the ARCI lines if you want. Just like this. Yes. Okay, next. So next, the brilliant part is the quantity is auto-generated. And what you need to do is just tell the software each drawing are represented by different level or zone. Just like what I did here is from, as you can see here, I separate down the drawing. First drawing is represented by first story, second story, and the third story. And you just click on the quantity tab. It will show out all the quantity by each category levels. If in detail, you can see here the first story, second story, third story with categorized different type of the lighting. Okay, and the quantity is showing in this column. Okay, you can also export it out to the Excel file, and it's very easy for your measurement or inquiry, but just send it to your suppliers, okay, and get a very good price in advance. Next is in some of the tender project cases, you may find out some DQ are required to be priced in based on different zones. Like for this project example, it's needed to separate out the price to fill in based on the north, south, east, west zones, and separate out the common area zones. So actually, this software can also do so by using the define region function. Okay, it's a custom region. You just pick a line here, group it as a zone, and just one click on the quantity, and it's shown. It's a auto plus minus auto separated with your depends on what kind of setting you want. Like I do is for the first story, I separated into 5 zones, and lighting is showing here based on each type. The quantity shown here. Okay. So therefore, for the first topic, next we move to the next topic is go green cost saving measurement. And here another case study from our past experience without the digital solution. It's about the cable support measurement. Okay, some projects are coming in like 200 to 300 hard copy drawings, and imagine if you want to print it out like I do, how many trees are being cutted. So for me, my brain is unable to process all those puzzle drawings without joining together. Okay, so this is usually what I do. I just pair it together and place it on the wall. Okay, so here another starter pack from me. Recipe for you to take away, especially for those who are work from home during work from home period. Those who don't have enough space at your rental unit or big table at your place, you may be able to tab it on the wall like what I did. Okay, and do a measurement on it. Okay, next, these are the tools that you may need to invest in if you're not going to invest in any digital solution software. The first is the Scale Master rulers. All right, you can get it from Amazon, a stereo tab for tapping, jointing the drawings together, and erasable marker pen. All right, you can get it from Popular. And what you need to do is tap the drawing together, highlight it out, all the cable support based on each type. Like example, the trunking, the cable tray, the conduits, and sometimes the how they galvanize different type of trunkings, different size. Okay, you can just use the highlighter and use the Scale Master to set the scale and roll it. That's it, record it down the quantity. All right, here is how we counter with this Tmvc, the cable support traditional method. All right, by using this Tmvc, you can just insert all the puzzle drawings in one same template, just like this. Okay, it's very flexible to edit. You can move or join it like you're using AutoCAD. Okay, for this piece of drawing, it's actually 24 pieces. So total 24 pieces of drawing. And you can view it from a different angle, even in the 3D mode, just like this, okay? So the measurement also can be done in this software too. Just one click on the quantity tab and export it out to the Excel and get our supply to code. So this picture is showing only the cable support in 3D mode, where you can see the horizontal and the vertical trunking. And the orange color represents the conduit transfer. Okay, yeah. So that's it, how I do from my cable support using Tmvc. And to conclude for this topic too, it's actually very paperless. And it's very good for us, those who work from home. We no need to carry those very heavy hard copy back from office. Also, it's spaceless. You can save a lot of space, have a neat and tidy office. You don't need to spend money to do for the fixed furniture, just for housekeeping this kind of hard copy drawing. And next is sustainable. And the data, those working drawings you do, is able to save as a soft copy, and it won't be missing much longer. Okay. Last point is accessible. You can refer to the drawing anytime, anywhere you want, and just link to the internet, the cloud database, and just show it anywhere you want. For example, maybe you need to show the quantities during your tender interview sessions with your clients. Yeah, just do so. No need to bring those hard copy, and it will impress your clients. So finally, from me, this diagram is showing that the BIM model development plan for the pre and post construction stages. And for our MEP QS, you may refer to the yellow box highlighted. Is showing the 5D quantity takeoff and the 5D progress payments. And this is the reason why we need to adopt to this BIM trend. All right, final quote from me is, it doesn't matter if you study late, the BIM trend is still on the expansion stage. So as a MVP QS like me, the earlier you start, the easier your life, okay? And you may try it out now. With this, the most user-friendly digital solution for QSs in the market, the Golden Cubicost. And that's all from me. Thank you, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Stay healthy, stay positive, and stay happy. That's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Liu, for your impressive and in-depth sharing on how Cubicost Tmvc solution digitalized the QTO process and leveraging the advanced solution to overcome the challenges faced during the traditional method. I believe our audience feel impressed by the transformation journey as well. Next, we have Ms. Gita to share on her success story. She is a QS from GW Tech Engineering. So GW Tech Engineering is a L5 ACMV contractor and has been in the industry for more than 15 years. Now, let me invite Ms. Gita to share with us on her success story.
Hi, everybody. My name is Gita. I'm working as a quantity surveyor in GW Tech Engineering since 2020. My roles and responsibilities as a quantity surveyor are tender documentation, bill of quantities, technical schedule of technical data, schedule of technical rates, and quantity takeoff. There are plenty of challenges I have been encountered during the traditional quantity takeoff method. I have to use scale ruler to do measurement. I have to key in the formula and do manual calculation in Excel. I have to import data from drawings to Excel manually. Hence, there are a lot of human errors occur during quantity takeoff process. And it is really time consuming, and therefore it's inefficient for all of us. There were times that I was unable to complete the projects on time. It was very tight timeline given for my projects, and I was really struggling with big scale projects. Back then, when I was using traditional quantity takeoff method, it was complicated and many revisions needed, as there were many amendments in the addendum drawings. So it makes my work quite stressful. As digitalization disrupts society ever more profoundly, many construction firms started to adopt digital solution to ease the work and process. A question pops out to me. Why quantity surveyor do not have powerful digital tool to use and help us cope with our heavy daily works and those common challenges that we have been facing every day? Then I was introduced to Cubicost Tmvc solution back in May 2021. And I have been relying on it to complete my daily work ever since then. Till date, I have completed 4 projects leveraging Cubicost software within past 4 months. The projects that have been assigned to me are focusing on ACMV trade and Cubicost Tmvc solution providing enhanced smart features to address my needs and ease my workflow. It is really time saver as it saves time up to 30 to 40% compared to the traditional method. Giving an example, previously I took 10 to 15 days to complete a project by using traditional method. But since using Cubicost Tmvc solution, I'm able to complete my project within 5 to 7 days. With Cubicost Tmvc solution, there are a handful of functions in software really impresses me. The PDF conversion and measurement. It transforms traditional calculation to computation method. It helps to calculate easier, faster, and achieve better results in terms of project accuracy and work efficiency compared with manual calculation method. Another function will be 3D model visual. 3D model visual enables QS to view entire project in 3D model and allows to do quick check on outstanding items. Then I can make changes and update in the quantity when tender addendum is issued. And the scaling function is also very useful. In traditional method, we have to do measurement manually, but in this smart scaling function, it helps us to scale drawings automatically. So why do I trust Gloden? It's because Gloden team is always there to support me whenever I have project-related questions. Besides providing in-depth training, Gloden team will also arrange customized project guidance. They will constantly provide feedbacks on my work and give suggestions for me to improve. Most importantly, there are regular software updates so that we are always up to date with the latest developed functions and better interface. It makes me feel secure as Gloden team is always there to back us up. Here what I have learned from this digitalization journey with Gloden and would like to share with all of you. The BIM revolution have brought with massive leaps forward in smart build. Working as a MEP quantity surveyor, we would very much wanted to engage, embark, and embrace the BIM journey. To those who have not yet embarked on Cubicost Tmvc solution, it's not too late nor too difficult to begin your BIM journey. Do give it a try to become MEP BIM QS just like me, as there are many benefits to your organization and yourself. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Kita, for your informative sharing. We believe Cubicost Tmec solution will benefit every organization and individual in the MEP industry. Just as Ms. Kita mentioned, it's never too late or too difficult to begin the BIM journey with Cubicost Tmec solution. So before the official launch of Cubicost Tmec solution, we have invited a batch of leading MEP firms to experience the newly developed solution. Now, let us take a look at how our MEP industry leaders can emerge stronger with Cubicost Tmec solution. as there's some technical issues. So yeah, so sorry about that. So sorry about the technical issue. Thank you for the wait. So now we proceed to the next how the MEP industry leaders can emerge stronger with Cubicost Tmvc solution.
At Gloden, we drive the digital transformation of the construction industry with BIM digital cost management solutions. Across 80 global offices, empowering more than 310,000 global clients with all their BIM construction needs. Our team around the world are empowered with local insights and aim to seamlessly connect our clients' data through our integrated platform, the Cubicost Tmec. Cubicost Tmec solutions has been adopted by many leading MEP industry leaders. They choose us because they trust us to drive their digital transformation. Cubicost Tmec solutions aim to improve project accuracy, project quality, and overall productivity. Let's hear what our industry friends would like to share with us.
The Tmvc solution we started using October 2022, and we find that it's much more easy to use. Okay, for traditional method, because we need to print out drawing, also paper costly, first thing, and also time taking out. And also the main factor is, I think, is the skill. Sometimes we may not get exact skill, so that we are using factors, so the accuracy is not there, and also time consuming a lot. Okay, for this Tmvc solution, first thing, we don't have to print out drawings. We can straight away insert the drawing and we can start to do our work. And this Tmvc, there is a lot of new features that we can use, such like, for ACMV tab, they have additional like airgrill, damper, panel box and silencers, and the pipe accessories. I find that this one will save out a lot of our time and more efficient. There's one function is insert drawings, because that will help us, like we want to have a lot of drawings, like maybe part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, then we can insert drawing or in one window environment. Okay, I want to add one more feature is the define region. I find it is very useful to us. That time we did have a discussion with the R&D team, and they have listened to us for this function, and finally they have put into this new Tmvc solution. This one will help us a lot when we need to size doing design and build, which is we don't have any ACMV layout design. We have to base on the room. We need to size up the area and then we get a capacity so that we can have our aircon design work out. So this is very useful. Tmvc help us to improve in PQ taking, more productivity and more efficient and more accurate.
So Tmec pilot project started 1 year ago, and we are very pleased to be getting the final release today. A lot of work and efforts went into create the easy to use, intelligent and efficient, powerful 3D visualization, and most importantly, a user-friendly MEP QTO solution. So once again, thanks to all our pilot users, we are truly grateful for all the supports that you have extended to our team and make where we are today. Now, let me invite Jason back on the screen together with me. And it's time for us to move on to the highly anticipated Q&A session. So Jason,
Yes.
Are you ready to answer the questions by our audience?
Oh, yeah, of course. I've been waiting for this session for a long time already.
Okay,
Yes.
so just let me take a look at some of the questions. Okay, so here comes question number one. I am a TME 2018 user. So how should I upgrade to TMEC?
Upgrade, right? To be precise, I would say that Tmbc works as a individual software. So it is a direct installation instead of upgrading the TME 2018. So which means both software is actually existing at the same time in the same computer. Yes.
Thanks, Jason, for providing the answer. I believe many of our audience in front of the screen have the same question in mind as well. So thanks for your clarification. And for those who are facing any upgrades or installation issues, please feel free to reach out to us, and we are glad to assist you. So let me pick on the second question. So based on your TMEC pilot projects records,
Okay.
roughly how much is the productivity increase on average?
Productivity, right? I would say on average around 40% based on the pilot projects that we have done. Also, that's actually the rate, roughly a rate that come from 16 MEP industry leaders. So I would say the productivity is about 40%. Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Jason. I mean, it's impressive to know that with TMEC solution is able to increase 40% in overall productivity. It simplifies the whole process and make our QTO job much easier as well. Okay, so let me pick on the third question. Okay, so they would like to know, is there any training for beginners?
Training for beginners, right? We do have actually online platform, what we call it internally in here called OTP. And this OTP actually is also regional based. So if you are based on different regional, then you can actually find out the particular regional account managers to actually know more about the OTP process in here. So OTP is what we call it online training platform that we actually do provide recordings of the software functions. Then you can actually do register it for free. Then in here to actually get some insight how do the software function actually works. So it's something like a self-learning process. So that I think is very suitable for a beginner to actually start off with that one. Yeah.
Okay, we're glad to know that we actually provide training for beginners as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so because our audience is very active today, and then we have received many questions, but unfortunately, we won't be able to pick up all the questions to answer, but we will surely engage with you individually after the live session. So right now, just let me pick one last key question. Okay, so I think this audience, he or she might have the old files. So they wanted to know if the old files, can it be readable or usable in the updated version?
Old files like TME 218 using new version, right? Yeah, actually just now, if you still remember the first question, right? Asking whether how do we software update to the Tmc is similar concept. Unfortunately, I would say that TME 218 files is not openable in the Tmvc. So that's why TME 218 is still actually retaining in the computer. So if you have a past project that is actually completed by TME 218, then it will be still open through TME 218. So only the new projects that actually done in Tmvc then will be existing and open in Tmvc. So back to the question is that TME 218 files is not able to update or open in Tmvc. Yes. So they have to use the old version software to open it up.
Okay, thank you, Jason, for answering the questions from our audience.
Yeah.
It was indeed a lively and engaging Q&A session. So thanks once again for all the questions coming in. As I mentioned earlier, we'll engage with you individually after the event for those questions that we are not able to answer now. Next, we are very excited to share with all of you that Golden Singapore managed to undertake the grant solution so that we can help SMEs to embark digitalization. So currently, under PSG, we have QS5D BIM digital solutions, including TAS, BIM quantity takeoff for architectural and structural, TRB, BIM quantity takeoff for rebar, TBQ, BIM quantity for digital cost management, and TME, BIM quantity takeoff for MEP. So if you are keen to understand more about PSG grant, kindly complete the event survey later and indicate your requests, and we will engage with you after this event. So besides Golden Singapore, we have our team in the Southeast Asia region to support you, as you can see from the screen. You may also find out more details from our website at www.gloden.com. It was a pleasure hosting you today. We hope you enjoy the content and learn something new that may help you to grow your business. We want to make sure our event is valuable and worth attending. So before the end of this event, please take a few minutes to help us to answer the event survey. We value your feedback and we appreciate your participation. So do scan the QR code and or click on the link provided in the chat box to take part in the survey. So while answering this survey, I would like to take this opportunity to express our sincere gratitude to our customers who have been supporting us all these years. Special thanks to our 16 TMEC pilot users who helped us test out the newly developed solution and providing value feedbacks for our future improvements. So thank you once again for your participation today. We really appreciate your time for staying through to the event together with us. And yep, that's the end of today's session. It's time to say goodbye for now. and we hope to see you in the future events. So stay safe, stay healthy, and thank you so much. Goodbye.
An era driven by digital technology gives us more possibilities. It bridges for dialogue between design and the future, and for space to have self-awareness. With bustling and orderly cities, technology and industrial parks brimming with imagination, construction will never again leave a sense of regret. Individual requirements are realized in scale. Every bit of love is worth waiting for. A new driving force born of our three-dimensional world, symbiotic development goal for liberated and limitless productivity, making every project a success. With digital building as our main theme throughout the full life cycle, fusing the virtual with reality, linking supply and demand, using platform to empower industry. This is what marks the 20 years of Gloden's deep immersion in industry. From central business district to new coastal city, from international airport to new urban district, from digital building to intelligent residence, from technology innovation to industry empowerment. From professional application to digital integrated project management platform. Gloden walks with you from the beginning to the end. The past, present, and future. The power of digital technology never stops. We aspire to build happiness with both hands and strive for the systems, material, and the spiritual growth and development of our staff. We believe that people-oriented technology can continue to bring technology and ideals into the construction area. For you, for everyone, for the future, creating an even more beautiful world. Gloden, making every project a success. An era driven by digital technology gives us more possibilities. It bridges for dialogue between design and the future, and for space to have self-awareness with bustling and orderly cities, technology and industrial parks brimming with imagination. Construction will never again leave a sense of regret. Individual requirements are realized in scale. Every bit of love is worth waiting for. A new driving force born of our three-dimensional world, symbiotic development goal for liberated and limitless productivity, making every project a success. With digital building as our main theme throughout the full life cycle, fusing the virtual with reality, linking supply and demand, using platform to empower industry. This is what marks the 20 years of Gloden's deep immersion in industry. From Central Business District to new coastal city, from international airport to new urban district, from digital building to intelligent residence, from technology innovation to industry empowerment. From professional application to digital integrated project management platform. Gloden walks with you from the beginning to the end. The past, present, and future. The power of digital technology never stops. We aspire to build happiness with both hands and strive for the system's material and the spiritual growth and development of our staff. We believe that people-oriented technology can continue to bring technology and ideals into the construction area. For you, for everyone, for the future, creating an even more beautiful world. Gloden, making every project a success.